Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today, as I'm showing you a live visual of how the XRP army has been eating throughout the entirety of the bear market and the SEC lawsuit. My friends, we've been indulging in some of the finest the world has had to offer. And if you don't get it by now, you're just not getting it. We've been through the ringer. We have seen it all. We have persevered. And now we're going to lead from the front in this next bull market. When you look at Ripple and you look at Brad Garlinghouse and the way he's been leading from the front for the future of Ripple and XRP adoption, you'll understand why we all exude extreme confidence.
For me, this spring, within Ripple and even a little bit externally, we started talking about this spring over the last couple months. One manifestation of that is just, I think, a renewed focus on utility and solving real-world problems. And I think what you see happen during what we call these crypto winters is that the hyperbole and the hype gets ahead of the reality, and it's a reset back to, okay, if these technologies aren't solving problems, then what are they doing? And I think, as Sheila just introduced, it kind of like, it's not crypto winter as much as it's a season to build.
Now here, ladies and gentlemen, that language of a crypto winter heading into a crypto spring is now circulating in the industry. And what you need to understand is Mr. Man shows this from the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, that we are leaving the crypto winter and heading into crypto spring through regulations. Without a shadow of a doubt, the next bull run is confirmed and we are in the beginning stages of it. And you better hold on to your hats. You better have your positions ready. You better have your ducks in a row, because we are heading to the promised land.
What happened to the crypto world in 2022, it really plunged from a DeFi summer into a crypto winter. And then subsequently, there were lots of debate about whether that would, the glide path, whether it would get into a crypto spring or an ice age. The recent incident seems to be pushing it further into springtime rather than ice age in terms of crypto world, judging from the valuation of some of the assets that we've seen. But nonetheless, having seen what we have seen, indeed, I can come to two possible sort of very conjectural, I have to say, conclusions. One is, if the crypto winter didn't kill it, probably it is there to stay for longer than we originally expected. And secondly, you already mentioned regulation. Probably we have to start thinking about how can we at least put some of the crypto activities that we think are of greater economic value into the realms of regulation.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just these elites discussing the phrase crypto winter, but Raoul Pal was discussing the transition from crypto winter into crypto spring again. This language is universal amongst crypto insiders in the crypto community. Don't FOMO, don't leverage, just buy the dips, use cold storage, don't get fancy, don't fuck this up. This is the warning that one of the best macro investors is telling all of us to execute on right now. Keep your eyes on the prize, my friends. We're almost there.
To communicate it, I've gone out a lot to say, don't fuck this up. Buy and hold, don't use leverage, use cold storage, do the right thing, don't get too speculative, don't FOMO, just don't fuck this up. This is the biggest opportunity we've ever been given. I've said that all the way from 2020 onwards, and in fact, I said it all the way back in 2012. It's the biggest macro trade of all time. Don't fuck this up. And if you're not a crypto person, technology is one of the biggest opportunities we've ever been given, the exponential age. Again, don't fuck this up. Just be careful. Just buy, hold, have a long-term time horizon, and learn how to take pain. And when there is pain, you buy more. Unless something changes the thesis that suddenly we're all going to turn to Neanderthals and nobody's going to use technology ever again, it is going up. It's as simple as that. And unless something changes, that we're not breaking the financial system and that the internet has disappeared, we will go to blockchain technology. It's as simple as that. That's all you need to know. Everything else is just fucking noise.
Now, guys, when I say to keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused, it's because I believe an altcoin season is confirmed and the biggest Bitcoin bull run yet is on the horizon. Jim Cramer recently just predicted a significant drop in altcoins, and that is the nail in the coffin. Altcoins are going to rise. Fidelity stated they wanted to create an Ether ETF, joining BlackRock and doubling down on crypto. Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, XRP ETF speculation. Everywhere you see it's ETF, ETF, ETF. And trust me when I say that institutional money will trickle down to the altcoins for more multipliers. I promise you've never seen how much money can be generated in such a short period of time before. And this is going to be the last bull run of its kind. And guys, even the president of the World Bank is letting us know that crypto and digitalization will change everything.
I believe that digitization and data and the use of data is a big enabler in this change. It'll change everything. It'll change how we approach climate. It'll change how we approach education and health in our human capital efforts. It will change how we approach, anti-corruption platforms. It will change everything. And I believe that digitization and data and the use of data is a big enabler in this change.
Criticisms of the fund that it could possibly put developing nations at a new disadvantage because it would give donor countries outsized influence over the fund. Now, the World Bank chief, you are chosen by the U.S. president, and the U.S. is one of the top emitters. Because there are concerns on how the World Bank is able to discharge its duties objectively and fairly vis-a-vis this new fund. How would you respond to that?
So the first thing is the loss and damage fund is not going to be controlled by the World Bank. This is a misunderstanding.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, I have to make you all understand one thing. Today is November 19th, and in my opinion, it's the most important day in Ripple XRP's history yet, as it's mass adoption time for Swift and ISO 20022 updates. And all of you need to realize that I never said I expected price to explode today. I never said I expected generational wealth today, but today is nothing but a domino falling, additionally in our direction for the inevitable price rise that we will get down the road. And I have always stated I think that's coming, especially this April. Here, what I want you all to realize is the grand scheme of things, as I believe today will enable a lot of technological updates and adoption down the road, as Ripple CTO David Schwartz revealed new upcoming projects to the XRP Ledger ecosystem, including commodities, Homecoin, which is a mortgage stablecoin, carbon credits, and others. Automated market makers, hooks, Zahu. So much tech and innovation is happening on the XRP ledger, and this is what's going to drive price, and that's what you all need to realize. Guys, I'm going to leave you with David Schwartz, the legend himself, today, as I'm going to have another important video tonight breaking down the significance of what just occurred today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Commodities are kind of in the middle of those two things, right? They're a little bit more regulated than carbon credits, but they're not as crazily regulated as real estate. And again, you can pick, one of the nice things about gold or oil, let's say, is that you can tokenize it anywhere in the world. And that's useful to people around the world. So you have the opposite of the problem with real estate. The problem with real estate is you have to be in the place where people are, where the interested people are. You have the opposite with commodities. You can build your commodities, you can base them in any friendly regulatory regime. And there are friendly regulatory, obviously the US is not one of them, but they're friendly regulatory regimes. Things like loyalty programs and things like that also like have a shorter path. And then the other thing that can happen is like once somebody does it in these friendlier areas like art and collectibles or commodities or carbon credits or maybe even mortgages, like in a friendly jurisdiction, then you can make the argument to regulators when you want to do things like real estate, where obviously it's a much harder path, but you have more of a proven track record. You can it's not as speculative. You don't look like a person who's trying to, who has a solution in search of a problem. You have a demonstrated solution that they can see applies to their problem. There's a project in the XRP ledger space called Homecoin, which is trying to build a sort of mortgage-backed stablecoin, which is kind of less complicated than tokenizing real estate, but targets, similar use cases. We're heavily involved in carbon credits and have invested around, or pledged to invest around $100 million on companies like Carbon Cure. So, and we're involved in the EHKD, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's pilot program. We're the only cryptocurrency, using the XRP ledgers, leveraging the technology is not, the XRP ledger ecosystem is not just a token.
Yeah, definitely.